bike from Ducati. It's the 1098R, which is a replacement for the 999, which didn't sell as well as it should have done, really. But having ridden this for only a day, I find this bike to be possibly at the very pinnacle of motorcycle development. And I say that having recently used a Honda Fireblade and been on a JSX-R 1000. While they're all very, very quick bikes, this seems to have such a lot of usable torque. It was obviously benchmarked against the Japanese bikes, and it's quite a pinnacle to achieve when you can produce a motorcycle that really does beat them. Gone are the days when Ducatis were a box of tricks. These are a very sophisticated piece of engineering, but the reliability factor is there now with Ducati. The features on the bike, the swing arm, for instance, they've gone back to the single one-sided swing arm. Brembo brakes. The interesting feature with the Brembos on this bike is that the calipers are hewn from a solid billet, so there's no distortion whatsoever. And in part of this test I tried the braking, and I have to tell you that it is sensational. In fact, the bike overall is a sensational piece of engineering, which only seems to be something that comes out of Italy. You can even download the data if you wanted to do a track day on it and you wanted to see how you'd been doing. You can download the data and it will give you the information that you would need to perhaps improve your lap times. It's 160 brake horsepower, and I would feel that the bike is way, way beyond my capabilities. And I think that's the case for 99% of riders out there today. However, it doesn't mean to say that you shouldn't have a bike like this, because if you are sensible about how you use it, you'll get a great deal of enjoyment. It's a beautiful bike to ride. It handles better than, I would say, handles better than any bike I've ridden. And that's not an exaggeration. Features, for instance, the back wheel itself is lighter than the actual tyre. Ducati, of course, is possibly the most famous of the Italian marques. It ranks alongside Ferrari, and you would be hard pressed to find any bike with a greater following than the Ducati. Essentially, there is an element of sporting heart, which is cuore sportiva, in Italian products generally. Ducati are very proud of this bike because it is their flagship model. It is priced at £10,995, which really isn't extreme. It's a bike that Ducati dealers are proud to be able to offer to the public, and let me say this, you won't get a penny off one of these. They are a bike that they know is going to sell. They know this will be a bike that people will aspire to. And I have to say that it's justified. It's a beautifully torquey engine. I have to say that I do have a great love of Italian motorcycles. My history goes back to Laverda, Moto Guzzi, but I've always hankered after a Ducati. The mystique is there, and it's a sunny day, and all I can say to you now is that I'm off to ride this into the sunset. Bellissimo.